There's a moment almost every cat owner has lived through without realizing what it meant. Your cat looks at you, turns around, and walks away, and something in you feels a little ignored. But that quiet exit might actually be one of the clearest signs of trust your cat has ever shown you. Most owners miss it completely, because happiness in cats rarely looks the way we expect it to. Once you start noticing these small, easy-to-miss moments, you'll realize your cat has been telling you this the whole time. 1. The sound that isn't a meow. Sometimes your cat doesn't meow at all when they see you. Instead, they make a short, bird-like chirp, almost a broken trill, the moment you walk into the room. This sound is different from a meow. Because cats rarely use it with each other as adults, it's mostly something mother cats used to call their kittens. When an adult cat chirps at a human, they're using a sound reserved for close, trusted bonds, not general communication. It's their way of saying "there you are" without demanding anything back. You'll usually catch this the second you open the front door, before your cat even walks over. Feline communication researchers consider this chirrup one of the more reliable signs of a genuinely affectionate greeting, precisely because cats don't waste it on just anyone. But sometimes trust doesn't come through sound at all. Sometimes it comes through something your cat does with their whole body. 2. The hips that rise on their own. You're scratching your cat near the base of their tail, and suddenly their hips lift slightly into your hand, almost like they can't help it. This is sometimes called the elevator response, and it's an involuntary reflex tied to a sensitive nerve cluster near the spine. What makes it meaningful isn't the reflex itself, but the fact that your cat is allowing you near that area at all. Cats are careful about who touches their lower back and tail, since it's an area they can't easily defend. Letting their guard down enough to enjoy it means they feel physically safe with you. You'll notice this most during a slow petting session, right when your hand moves past their lower back. Veterinarians often point to this reflex as a sign of a relaxed, trusting nervous system rather than tension or fear. And touch isn't the only place your cat quietly proves how safe they feel around you. 3. Turning their back to you. Your cat curls up to rest, but instead of facing you, they turn their back and settle in that direction instead. It seems small, maybe even a little cold, but it's actually the opposite. In the wild, an animal's back is its most exposed side, the one it can't watch or defend quickly. Choosing to sleep facing away from you means your cat isn't worried about needing to react to you at all. This is often more common in cats who've lived with you for a long time. Once that sense of safety has fully settled in, you'll usually see this during deep afternoon naps, especially in a spot they've claimed as their own. Behaviorists often describe this as a sign of complete environmental trust, not distance. But there's an even quieter version of this trust that shows up when your cat simply won't leave your side. 4. Following you from room to room. You get up to grab a glass of water, and without really noticing, your cat gets up too and trails behind you into the kitchen. This kind of shadowing isn't about needing something from you. Cats form strong territorial and social attachments to the people they consider part of their core group. And staying near you as you move through the house is one way that attachment shows up physically. It's less about following orders and more about wanting to stay close to something familiar and comforting. You'll notice this most on ordinary days, doing laundry, cooking, even walking to the bathroom, and realizing your cat has quietly tagged along again. Cat behaviorists often describe this pattern as a sign of secure attachment, similar to how a comfortable child stays near a trusted parent while still exploring independently. Sometimes, though, this closeness becomes even more physical. 5. Resting their head on you. Your cat settles down to sleep, but instead of curling up alone, they rest their head directly on your foot, your hand, or your leg. This kind of physical contact during sleep, when a cat is at their most vulnerable, says a lot about how secure they feel in that moment. Sleep is when an animal has the least ability to react to danger, so choosing to be in physical contact with you while sleeping shows real trust. It's not accidental positioning. Cats have plenty of space to sleep elsewhere and choose you instead. You'll often see this happen gradually over an evening, starting a few inches away and slowly closing the gap until they're touching you. Veterinary behaviorists frequently note that physical contact during rest is one of the strongest indicators of a cat's comfort level with a specific person. And sometimes that same trust shows up in a much more deliberate gesture. 6. The headbutt that means more than it looks. Your cat walks up and presses the top of their head firmly against your hand, your leg, or even your face. This is different from a casual cheek rub against furniture. Bunting, as it's often called, involves scent glands concentrated around the head, and cats use it specifically to mark things and people as part of their trusted circle. When your cat headbutts you, they're essentially claiming you as safe and familiar, blending your scent with theirs. It's a deliberate, chosen action, not a passive one. You'll usually see this right after you've been away for a while, almost like a small reunion ritual. Feline behavior specialists describe bunting as one of the more intentional bonding gestures a cat can offer, precisely because it takes effort and initiative on their part. But not every sign of closeness is this direct. 7. Wrapping their tail around you. Your cat sits beside you, and instead of just sitting there, their tail curls around your arm or leg like a soft loose loop. This tail wrapping is similar to how cats sometimes wrap tails around each other when they're comfortable in each other's presence. It's a small, almost automatic gesture that shows your cat sees you as part of their immediate social space, not something separate from it. Unlike a stiff or twitching tail, a relaxed wrap signals calm rather than alertness or irritation. You'll usually notice this during quiet moments, sitting together on the couch, when your cat settles in and their tail finds its way around you without any real effort. Behaviorists often point to this kind of passive tail contact as a subtle but genuine marker of comfort and closeness. And sometimes the clearest sign of happiness isn't a gesture at all. It's simply stillness. 8. Sitting completely still and relaxed. Your cat sits nearby in a loaf position, paws tucked under them, ears facing gently forward, whiskers loose instead of pulled back or tense. Nothing dramatic is happening. They're not sleeping, not eating, not playing. They're just there, completely still. This kind of relaxed stillness is actually a strong indicator of comfort, because an anxious or unsettled cat rarely sits in one exposed position for long without shifting or staying alert. A cat that can fully settle into stillness near you is showing that their nervous system has essentially switched off high alert mode. You'll notice this most during quiet parts of the day, your cat parked a few feet away, doing nothing in particular except existing peacefully in your space. Veterinary behaviorists often describe this kind of loose, motionless posture as one of the purest physical expressions of contentment a cat can show, precisely because it requires no effort or performance at all. The happiest cats rarely make a big display out of it. It shows up in a chirp instead of a meow, a tail loosely wrapped around your arm, a back turned toward you in sleep, or simply sitting still with nothing to prove. These moments are easy to miss because they don't ask for your attention. They just quietly happen. Take a little time today to actually watch your cat instead of just living alongside them. You might notice they've been telling you this for years. If any of these behaviors reminded you of your own cat, give this video a like. Tell me in the comments which one your cat does the most. I genuinely want to know. And if you want more real, expert-backed insight into how your cat thinks and feels, subscribe for more.